Hi, this is Katie Weeks, your independent, close to my heart maker, and I am here to share a close to my heart Twisted Sisters video for you today. I'm going to be creating a card. It's a slimline card with a cobblestone road.
Hello, I am working in the new January-February catalog, and I'm going to be using this stamp set that's called A Classic, and the item that I'm going to be twisting up today is right here. It is the Sweet as Honey card making workshop, and I wanted to use this print, this paper, and this particular thin cut, but they don't exactly match up in size. I wasn't sure how they would work until I got them in stock, and this one fits nicely on that, but it would take me too much time to twist it the way I'm envisioning. So I'm using that card making workshop. I'm going to set the black and white dots and all of the card bases aside because I know I'm not going to be using those. I am going to be making a card, but I believe I'm going to be making a slimline card today for you. So I'm going to take this little thin cut, and I think I'm going to try some cinnamon cardstock, and I might even use the lighter side of that cinnamon cardstock. And what I want to do is not die cut it, but I want to emboss into this paper. Okay, let me explain to you my setup for this next part. So I did cut a panel of this Sweet as Honey paper, and I'm gonna put it on the front. It's 3.5 by 8.5. And then I cut a piece of cinnamon cardstock, 3.25 by 8.25, and I'm using the lighter side. And to set up for my die cutting machine, I'm going to be using the magnetic cutting mat. I have some gasket. I don't know what it's called. It's like from a craft store, and it's not the perfect size for our cutting plates, but that doesn't matter because my die is small. So I'm going to put that down. That will make it foamy so I get an embossed impression as opposed to a die cut. And then I have my die. I have my machine set straight up to letterpress 2D emboss, and I have the pressure right at 0. And I'm going to lay this down. So I have the cutting mat, the gasket, I don't know what you call this, it's like a rubbery layer, my cardstock, then my die facing down, and then I'm going to put my platform on. And one of the things that you can do to help with dry embossing is you can mist your paper lightly with water. That will help it stretch a little bit. If you are, even if you're using our embossing folders, that'll allow the fibers to stretch a little. Sometimes they do crack. I actually don't mind if they crack for this particular card because I really want that road. That's what I'm making, is a cobblestone road, and I want it to have the effect of old, right? So I actually don't mind if I get some cracking on my cardstock.
Okay, now for the stamping part, I'm going to use the truck from the A Classic set. And these are not any particular models of cars or trucks from what I understand. They're just old-time looking cars and trucks. And I'm using the truck, and I'm going to be using my White Daisy cardstock, and I'm going to be using the intense black ink as well. And the great thing about using the stamping platform is that it will give me the perfect positioning so that I can ink up that truck 2 or 3 times and get the best clear impression possible. And when I'm finished, I will cut it out. The thin cuts were not available when I had to order this so that I could make the video. So if I had it to do over, I would prefer to buy the thin cuts though. Okay, next, I'm also going to be stamping You're Not Old on the other part of that White Daisy cardstock. And then that's also in the intense black ink. And then for the inside, I'm going to stamp You're a Classic and Happy Birthday. I have several people in my family that I think would really appreciate this card just because they like old time and antique type vehicles or other types of things. So I think this card will be a great one, and it's a great masculine card too because it's sometimes hard to find those for people. So next I'm going to find some thin cuts to cut these out, and we have these stitched fancy brackets that I think will work great for that inside sentiment. And then we have these stitched rectangle frames, and I'm going to use the smallest one of that and go ahead and cut those all out. I'm also going to be coloring the truck, and I pulled out a few shades of greens and grays and even a brown for the wood on the back of that truck. And then finally, I'm going to assemble the whole card. I put down the 2 front layers, and then I am going to add the stitched frame to this sentiment on the front. It's okay if that adhesive is showing on the inside because you're not going to see that once I use some foam tape and pop up the sentiment that says you're not old. So that's going to go on the front. I'm also going to use some little, I guess it's not foam tape, it's actually some of the foam dots that were left over from some of the frames that I've used in the past for shaker cards. I'm going to use that for the truck. I'm going to put this sentiment on the inside, and I did go use my beehive and make some more cobblestone type look for that larger stitched fancy bracket. And when I went to put this truck on the front of the card, I really wanted to add something a little bit more. So I pulled up my black shimmer tape and decided that I'm going to put a couple tire tracks across the front of the card, just in the black shimmer tape as well. And once I've added those tire tracks down my cobblestone road, I am ready to use the foam dots and pop up that classic truck on the front of the card. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed my Twisted Sisters video, how I took the beehive and embossed it onto my cinnamon cardstock and made it look like a cobblestone road. And if you are interested in any of these supplies, I hope you'll go to kati.ctmh.com, and you can see the items listed below in my description. Thank you for watching today, and if you have a chance, make sure you go and check out the other close to my heart Twisted Sisters. Make sure you check out Janice Gahuli. She's also posting today, and tomorrow will be Sandy Zimmer and Amanda Ross. We will have Close to My Heart Twisted Sisters posting every day through January 8th, and there will be 2 people each day. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications, and give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and also leave a sweet comment if there's something you have especially enjoyed. Thanks, and have a nice day.